Hi, I'm Jack, and this is Hawk. We're here
Hi there.
commenting on the Metroid Planet's Enigma race for February 2022. But you know what year it is and what month it is because we're living in it.
Well, certainly, but if you're watching from YouTube 10 years from now, hi from the distant past.
Do these go on YouTube?
They might.
They
You
might.
can upload them.
I mean, Twitch has restreams. So, for those of you who don't know what Enigma is, the first two planets in Metroid Planets are standard Metroidvanias. You have one map and you go through it collecting items, going through little item gates, and everything's where Vacant put it. But in Enigma, Vacant and players like you, have made rooms, have made different little places where they can live.
Evil beings of their own creation. And as a result, the randomizer can put them together in various random ways to give you a completely different experience every time you play Enigma.
Thanks, Firehawk. I was really struggling there.
Not a problem. In any case, it looks like all four of them are just about ready to begin, so
Now,
we will
unfortunately, due to the limited size of this restream, we can only show you 4 racers, but there are, I believe, 7 people competing in this Enigma race. So hopefully we'll be able to keep you updated on those other 3. But we will be focusing our commentary on these 4. Murph Mario, of course, won the Zebeth race and Novus race yesterday.
If the question is if he's going to be able to pull off a three-peat today. If he does, then I think people are going to feel a burning need to practice to be ready to challenge him again next month.
I would not doubt it.
No.
I mean, Marshall's very good, but I was playing in that in the Zebeth race and the Novus race, and Murph Mario really gave me beat me badly.
Yeah,
badly.
I was saying while I was watching it, he would have beaten me too, and that is absolutely kind of interesting. Now, this is an interesting looking world.
Yeah. Some of the rooms that I made are actually in this one.
Oh, neat.
Marshall is in one of the rooms I made, the race variant, which is all red, even though that's really a forest room, and now in another one, a remake of a room from Metroid 2. I don't know, I added in some specific versions of rooms specifically for races because, you know, Metroid 2 rooms, they look like they belong on the Game Boy, and I wanted to showcase the beautiful graphics that Metroid Planets has to offer.
Well, I mean, admittedly, Metroid 2 is a bit of an odd dog in the whole thing, and
I love
some of the
Metroid
rooms
2.
in that would look good redone, and thankfully, Metroid Planets can handle that.
Metroid 2, there's such a vibe to that one. It's solitary. It makes you feel something and really think about what it means to be alone.
I will agree with you on that, actually. I felt like the remake didn't do quite as well on that, but that's neither here nor there.
I mean, at least we have AM2R and the original. We can always play the original. So, has anyone gotten anything? I don't know if they have.
I'm not seeing any indicators showing.
Reigning Elementalist is heading out of an item room.
Oh, looks like he might have gotten something. Getting a little too much blur to be able to tell for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I know the players are getting energy tanks.
Let's see here.
I'm going to watch the stream on Twitch instead of the Discord stream.
All right, that'll put you a little behind the action, though. Just be aware.
Sure.
Let me see here. Let's bring up the map and get a good look at what's going on here. So it doesn't look like any of them have the round ball yet.
Can I say that big ship room? I don't know who made it, but I love it. I think it's great. It
The
seems
one
like
that we're seeing on Reigns, you mean?
on Reigns, and we were just seeing it on Murph Mario.
Yeah.
There's another big ship room like that where you have to, where there's like a puzzle where you have to go to the very like right side of the ship and stand on the little block in order to activate a long crumble block sequence that opens up something on the left side of the ship. And it's a genuine puzzler. I've seen a lot of people get stumped on that until they figure it out. And I don't know, it's a good room.
Huh, I'll have to check that one out at some point.
Yeah.
Now, yesterday I was saying during the Novus run that Novus is a little different from Zebus in that it tends to be a little more chaotic. There's a lot more items spread out. You don't get the 75 missiles for killing the mini-bosses. And as a result, wandering into the right location can have a lot to do with how your performance goes. And I think that's going to play even more here. Marshall is really good at using damage boosting to get himself moving along, but the equalizer in this is the fact that he can't guarantee he's going the right direction. There's still going to be a lot of luck involved.
Yeah, luck's a big factor in Enigma. I would say it's more chaotic than Novus easily, because you can be walking miles and get absolutely nothing, you know, and you have no way to prevent that from happening. The players have just gone up to an item room where they can't get the item because they don't have Morph Ball, and there's no remedy for that. There's no way to prevent that.
Exactly. You don't know what's there until you get there. And so picking the correct combination of rooms from beginning to end, whoever gets the most of them right in their guesses will most likely be the one that wins this. Because as it goes, they're all capable players. I don't expect them to die a whole lot on this run, but that could also still play something.
I think Sawa's about to eat it. Oh, no. Proving me wrong again. But they've got Long Beam, it looks like.
Yeah, Long Beam being very, very essential in this compared to the original Metroid. As I've said on the...
I'm confused why Reigning Elementalist and Sawa don't just respawn. And
maybe they're not
respawning.
Yeah, maybe they're not aware of that technique. That's maybe something we should actually bring up with them later, because that is actually one of the core techniques to the race.
I think they've got a handle on it. It's just a little bit. So those of you watching, during a race, you're absolutely always going to want to liberally use the respawn technique. It's because we're playing for in-game time, anytime you press respawn and show up back at the start of the entire game, or not of the entire game, of the elevator, you don't
the last
lose
elevator you went up.
the last elevator you took. Every time you do that, you don't lose any time. So it's essentially like a fast travel system that gives you an advantage.
Well,
you always want to be using that.
It's a little more than that, too. It also recharges your missile packs for that. And that can make a big difference, especially in the late game if you've been rushing through and using missiles liberally.
Your missiles and your health.
Yep. It gives you full health. And that's another reason it becomes essential.
What is...
Wow.
It looks like there's someone else in here.
In the lava room.
Okay,
there was somebody else in here for a moment.
I don't know how they made it in here. Get out of the commentator's box.
But Marshall used a couple of really good damage boosts here to get himself moving along in that lava area. That was a risky move.
Damage boosting. But, you know, sequence breaking an Enigma can lead you to get trapped in soft-locked areas because of the way the pathing works.
This is admittedly true.
It's
a little less friendly.
Yeah. Basically, the way that the game functions, it assumes that if you can sequence break into an area, then you can sequence break out of an area. And that's sort of a necessary assumption for the randomizer to work. So...
Oh, this room. I see where Rain Elementalist is, and that's going to be a fun one.
You've probably noticed that Marshall just turned off Screw Attack. Now, since he had the Long Beam, that's not going to activate the Space Jump glitch. But he's almost certainly doing that for the purpose of damage boosting.
Yep, absolutely.
That is a glitch that is allowed. due and is a sort of natural consequence of the physics engine Vacant uses.
Did Vacant say anything about wanting to change that, or is that still up in the air?
I don't know if it's going to change, and I don't think it is, especially since it's become a major speedrunning tactic for this game. Oh, and Marshall's found his way into Brinstar, where the spring ball is.
Spring Ball being a little less useful than most of the other power-ups in the game.
And Mario's got Morph.
Okay, I believe that's the first one to show Morph.
Good for them. By the way, one of the fun things that can happen in Enigma, and there are many fun things that can happen in Enigma, is that sometimes you can get from one area to another without using an elevator, because different areas will just appear in different spots. And Marshall is fighting the first boss,
Yep.
Ridley. This is an
Looks
all
like he
bosses
used-
run, so players will need to fight Ridley, Kraid, Spore Spawn, and Mother Brain.
So Spore Spawn's going to be in this one.
Yes.
Marshall definitely has the pattern for original Ridley down. Ridley is actually the weaker of the two bosses in the original Metroid.
Oh, way weaker.
Despite his reputation. In Super Metroid, obviously, it's very much the opposite.
Oh, and Marshall getting taken out.
Oh, that's going to cost him a little bit of time.
Yeah. But who knows? Maybe he wasn't even going the right direction.
This is admittedly true. You won't know until he actually gets there.
Let's
Sometimes
see.
a little bit of bad luck can actually be the thing that saves you. As weird as that sounds. Meanwhile, Murph is working his way around the plant life. He looked like he was looking for a secret, but was a little disappointed when he didn't find one.
Right. So, Firehawk, let's take a look at that map.
Yep, I have that up on my screen.
Those of you who are joining us can't see the map because it's not public until the end of the race. But what we can tell you is that Morph Ball is in Norfair, as we've seen. We've seen Spring Ball at the bottom of Brinstar, Screw Attack in Ridley. But what the players don't know and haven't found yet is that High Jump and Wave Beam are in Wrecked Ship. I sincerely doubt that any of the players are going to go for those, but that's probably going to make their run a good deal harder. In Criteria, in the upper right part of it, you'll find the Ice Beam. Don't know if anyone's gotten that yet, but that's probably going to be necessary to deal with some Metroids. And Varia's suit is in Torian, right by the elevator.
I'm going to say that based on what we're seeing here, I believe this one looks like it might be Screw Attack capable if you're really wanting to skip the Ice Beam. However, if you're going to be fighting Kraid, Ice Beam is probably the easier way of dealing with that.
Yeah.
So the question is whether they're going to end up getting both or neither.
The question is whether they will really spend any time in Criteria. I am loving Vacant's pink Brinstar rooms. I have not seen a lot of these.
These are admittedly really good, and I like the forest background that I'm seeing here quite a bit. Whoever put those together really put a lot of work into it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Vacant. That was a contest submission for the MetConst Room Contest.
That is
one
really
every
nice
month.
looking.
The room Murph Mario's in is one that was supposed to be taken out with Spring Ball. So Marshall is now going through Torian. That's an interesting strategy.
And it looks like one he's going to try to avoid.
Since he hasn't fought any of the bosses, he can't go up against Mother Brain yet. But he might get Varia a little bit sooner than expected.
That is entirely possible.
It seems like Marshall's MO might be to just, anywhere he goes, try to go in. see what's
I mean, that's
available.
kind of how I approach it with Enigma runs in the first place is should at least see how far you can go, see if you can grab any items on the way before going on to the next one.
With a
Maybe
race
not
like
the
this, I'm
best.
genuinely not sure that I would even go into Torian. I might just leave it.
Yeah, watch as that ends up being the place where the only ice beam is. I've actually had that happen on an Enigma run once. It actually the Turian had both the ice beam and screw attack.
And if that happens, then I will lose the race, and I will be okay with that.
Heh. Fair enough. There's plenty of room for different strategies on this. Sawa seems to be struggling a little bit.
Looks like Spring Ball might actually be an absolutely required item. No, it's not. Not at all.
There's almost nothing you can do with Spring Ball you can't do with infinite bomb jumping, so...
Yeah, but there are several,
Oh, Morph Ball for Sawa.
there are several rooms designed to be gotten through with Spring Ball that Vacant's made. Um, and one of the things that is big, in the room design community for Spring Ball locks is, crumble block floors, because if you make them fast crumble, then Spring Ball holding that button down will get you across it, but other modes of travel across a bridge like that
Ah,
will not.
okay. That's not a trick I was familiar with yet, but it does make sense. That'd be about the only thing you could actually do to give Spring Ball a unique capability.
It's
Looks
because
like
Spring Ball works a little bit like a pogo stick, and
that
normal
was a very
jumps.
nice damage boost there on Marshall's part, going up to get that energy tank.
Oh yeah.
He let an enemy all the way down so he could bounce off of it.
But that's just what we expect from Marshall at this point.
Marshall and Murph both are going to be taking advantage of every trick they have.
Do you know if anyone's gotten to Spore Spawn yet? I know everyone's been running around
I have not
Brinstar.
seen anybody do that fight yet.
Oh, that's you have to bomb the floor in. Oh my goodness, that's evil. Vacant requires players to bomb the floor to get to Spore Spawn and Kraid in this map, but it's in a room he hasn't released to the public, so no one knows that so no one knows that that's
Oh,
there.
and Murph lost to Ridley.
Yeah, we're
Rather,
gonna have to
lost to
see.
Lava.
We're gonna have to see who figures out how to go underground in that pink Brinstar room. Oh, Marshall's already got that marked on the map. Looks
Well,
like
then.
looks like he figured out. Did you see that little spot under Murph Mario just now? It's that.
Yeah,
The players have to bomb that.
that's a very obscure location.
Or perhaps shoot it. I don't know. Yeah, Marshall's puzzle
Oh, he's
solving.
trying to damage boost his way up and decided that wasn't worth it. Marshall has a good chunk of the map already.
Mhm.
I would say at this point, based on what
Yeah,
we've
but he
seen,
hasn't got
Marshall-
bombs, and that's in Brinstar.
Well, that would be a major problem, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why he hasn't gone and gotten it yet.
So it looks to be trying to get up into that area with a damage boost, but doesn't look like that's working out for him.
And Marshall is going through. I feel like I'm focusing a lot on Marshall, but I am sort of astounded by, I guess, his lead. Sawa's having some crazy combat right now. These giant hoppers, those are kind of freaky.
Well, it's kind of an interesting thing. If you were going to talk about a race in, say, Mega Man or Castlevania, there would be much more clear checkpoints for that. And even in but as soon as you get into Metroid, and this applies also for Metroidvanias as opposed to just Metroid games, They, because of the sheer number of different items available in different routes, it's a little hard to say who actually has the lead. Typically speaking, I prefer to go not by items because some people
Oh,
want
and
to know
Raining
what was spent.
Elementalist dying to Ridley. Ah, poor Raining.
That really hurt.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
it's gotta hurt.
that now that he
Especially
knows
since they
where.
got sent all the way back to the Prince Star elevator.
Oh, that's a long walk.
Yeah. Yikes.
But yeah, for this one, because of the fact that items don't really count so much for a lot of it, typically you want to judge by how many bosses they've killed. That would be
Oh,
what
and
I'd
Sawa's going towards Mother Brain. They're not gonna find anything on that route.
No, that they definitely are not.
I feel like perhaps every player right now is kicking themselves.
To at least some extent, but considering it's a completely new world with, Sawa's in trouble.
Yeah, but oh,
Without
poor
bombs,
Sawa.
that's all they could do.
Oh, I hope they're not. They're not gonna try to go down that route again.
Oh, they are, and they don't have Ice Beam. I don't think they
Look
have
at that
Sprint Back.
room Murph Mario's in. And isn't that? Those are some beautiful graphics. It's not mine.
That one looks pretty good. It's actually kind of amazing how well the community's put some of these together over the last year or so that the beta's been running.
Oh, don't we love that Varia suit animation? All right.
That
And
is
Raining
definitely,
Elementalist is in Pink Star Hub, and they're not seeing it. They're not going through the floor. Ah,
they're in trouble then.
yeah. Everyone's in trouble.
They seem to be heading back for it. Maybe.
Marshall's really hoping that they can get bombs. They're the only one who's figured out what's in that pink hub.
That may actually be the decisive factor in this race.
I think there's no doubt. They are in a chat together. I wonder if one of them will tell the other.
Maybe after they've completed that part of it.
Oh, and Marshall going down into Crateria. They will probably be going up to Wrecked Ship and trying to clear that out.
Murph is making a shot at Ridley and succeeded.
Raining Elementalist is going for that Varia suit.
And Raining Elementalist is still working their way through.
And Marshall's
Turian.
got Ice Beam. That should be pretty helpful when dealing with that one Metroid.
Yeah, that may actually just be the exactly the decisive factor we were waiting for. But we'll see soon.
I don't know. Marshall's pretty good at avoiding Metroids anyway. Marshall's already got Screw Attack, so I don't think they needed it.
No, but it does help, and it'll allow them to sequence break a little easier as well. Rain Elementalist is trying to work their way through.
The question is really who gets to Spore Spawn first, I think. Has anyone not beaten Ridley?
Rain, you can't do it. I did not see if Sawa or Rain had done so.
Let's see if Sawa can figure out how to damage boost. Oh, and they're not even going to damage boost. They're just going to try to make the jump. Sawa heading over to Ridley.
Well, we'll know in a moment if they've actually fought Ridley. It looks like probably not.
Yeah, I don't think Sawa's taken Ridley yet.
Rain is continuing to try to work their way through the Turian area, but that's not going to work out so well for them. Sawa now has screw attack. That is a major factor in their benefit. And an extra missile tank.
Firehawk, what was your reaction when you saw the space jump glitch?
I was a little surprised that something like that had been in the game and that people had already figured it out but hadn't said anything about it.
I don't think anyone figured it out yet. I think that was the first time, because who gets screw attack first of all, because that's really unlikely, and second of all, turns off screw attack, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of prone, because of the way I play Metroid 1 on NES, to leave the screw attack on and just use it to boost through areas as fast as I can.
Yeah. I
But
really don't think that anyone had found that and was hoping that it would
right,
be kept in. I think the community would have said something immediately.
I think you're probably right that the exact factors you needed to trigger this had not shown up until just yesterday. It should be interesting to see how much that changes future speed runs, though.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Marshall's up in the wrecked ship area.
Yeah. Yeah, that's you
You're
hate
saying
to see it.
earlier,
You really do. When someone's got everything they need, but they've just not checked that one room in Brinstar. And I think Marshall knows in their heart that it's in that room.
wave beam. Well, you were saying earlier you didn't think anybody was going to go for him, but
Yeah.
people got stumped enough with the correct pathing for this that they decided to go ahead and hit the wrecked ship.
Has anyone got bombs? Because
Let
it's
me
not
see.
that hard to get bombs. It's the lower right corner of that big section in Brinstar.
So I was making a shot at Ridley, got tons of missiles handy. That's going to make a big difference.
We're at 23 minutes, and no one's... and no one is at their... What is it? Their second boss? Yeah, their second boss.
Murph is really trying hard to get that sequence break. He's not going to be able to do it, looks like. Oh, I will eat crow on that one. He pulled it off. Wasn't anything really worth the effort, though, unfortunately. Marshall having ice plus wave beam is going to probably help him quite a bit. The additional damage boost on his attack, plus the ability to shoot through the walls.
So,
And
Firehawk,
high jump. Go
who
ahead.
do you think is going to be the first person to get bombs?
I feel like Marshall is the most likely person at this point, but I wouldn't
To get
take...
bombed.
Well,
Not to get to Spores Bomb, but to get
okay.
that one
Get
item.
bombs. That's a good question. That's really up in the air. Any one of them could actually find it if they look in the right location, but
Yeah.
it's up to the fickle finger of fate.
And Marshall actually not using the respawn to get to an elevator. That's a rare sight. Perhaps he's lost his will.
Well, if he'd lost his will, I think he would have given up by now, but I don't think we're going to see the last of him just yet.
I
Still
know, but it's so he.
poetic.
I would refer to him as the master of the respawn. No, I wouldn't. I'd refer to him as the master of the damage boost.
So you think Marshall's actually better than Murph for that?
With damage boosting? Oh yeah, no question. I would say that he pioneered the technique. I was doing an AM2R multi-troid run, um, where I think like Drudvorce or someone like that was playing, and it got to this point where we were playing co-op, but it became a competition just to like try to finish the game before Drudvorce like went so fast that we couldn't get through it in time. Um,
How'd it go?
well, it was good. You would sort of just see him like 5 rooms behind you, and then a couple seconds later like 2 rooms behind you, and then a couple seconds later just like flying past you, and you would only see a couple frames of him. That, like, really, it was like there was some sort of monster coming after you. We were just trying to be in the Queen room at the time when he beat it.
So you're saying it was like going up against an Emmy?
Kind of, yeah. Kind of, but it was before Dread had come out.
Well, yeah, but that's a
We
modern comparison.
probably shouldn't say anything about Dread.
No, not yet. Not for at least another year. Not too much, anyway.
I don't know. I really enjoyed Dread. The rule on the Metroid Planet server that I established was that we don't say anything past the first boss, which I believe is Cortius.
That's reasonably fair.
But anything before that, completely fair game. The room Saw was in, I'm pretty proud of.
You
The
created that one then?
jump. Yeah, the jumps in that room are like
Tuned
I
for
plot-
pixel perfection?
I really plotted them out. You have to go like from platform to platform, or just freeze something. Yeah, I mean there are multiple ways to get through it.
I see you put in some of the most annoying enemies you can for this sort of a room, too.
Yeah, that was a while ago. I was in a phase.
A phase you never got out of, I'm sure.
Annoying enemies? No. Annoying single enemy with 9 copies? Yes.
Well, looking at energy right now, they're all doing really well, but it looks like Murph has a slight edge there. Not that that's going to matter much unless Mother Brain ends up being a lot worse than they were expecting.
I think perhaps it might be time for me to try to check on the other 3 folks in this race.
Yes, that would be a great idea.
Give me just one quick second. I'm gonna head into the race chat.
Sure, when you have your info, come back and let me know. Okay, and monitoring chat on the Twitch stream. Thank you, Vacant, for that info. So one of them did get bombs already. Let's see, based on what we are seeing, though, with this being well hidden, I suspect that... Oh, how did it
Okay.
go?
No one's got bomb.
Okay, Vacant said MST just got bombs earlier, so one of them should have it.
MST's not in the race chat. I didn't even know MST was doing this. Give me a second. I'm gonna go look at their stream.
Go right ahead.
I didn't know MST was doing. They've got good odds.
You think they're actually ahead of who we can see on the Metroid construction stream?
Well, I mean, if they've got bombs. Oh, I just saw in the chat it seems like they've beaten Spore Spawn.
Oh,
Yeah, they're ahead. That's something I completely didn't expect because I didn't know they were in the race.
well, sometimes that's how it goes. The dark horse out of left field.
Right.
So if they've also gotten Ridley and or Kraid, that would
No,
make a
I
difference.
don't think they've gotten Spore Spawn. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay, Marshall's
And
got
Marshall
bombs.
has bombs.
Marshall's got bombs. Okay.
From where
MST
he is now.
It seems like MST has not beaten Spore Spawn. I'm sorry. MST is in Torian,
Okay.
and I don't believe they've gotten to Kraid yet.
Murph
I
just
might be
got
wrong.
the wave beam.
I think my bet currently is on Marshall, but I don't know.
Yeah, I would put right now, if you ask me who I thought was going to win, I would probably put Marshall in a bit of a lead. Murph in second place currently. And I'm not entirely sure about the other two. Oh, wow. That was a great
I don't know
boost
why
there.
Marshall called this an evil spot for bombs to be in.
Well, when we get to the
Did you see
interview, we'll
that
check
bomb
out
boost?
on that.
That was downright gnarly.
That bomb boost was really, really good. I have to give him credit for that.
How would you be doing, Firehawk?
I'll be honest with you. After watching Marshall, I don't think I'm ever going to race again.
I'll try. You know, I had the record for Zebeth and Novus, or not Novus. Sorry, I had the record for the Zebeth all bosses speed run on speedrun.com.
Did you?
Yeah, no one else had raced, so I thought I'd check that one off the bucket list.
Was that one on NES or in Planets?
Planets. But I had a speedrun record.
Had, and then I'm assuming Marshall.
Yeah,
took
Marshall
from you?
took it. Marshall took it.
What's his time?
Oh, I don't know. We can check
Under.
speedrun.com.
Yeah, we could do that. Something we
But
could
let's-
also ask him about. Marshall is definitely not trying to land on the platforms. He just wants to go as fast as he can.
Let's
And
look
all
at
for
the
some
Novus
misses
any
being
percent. Or sorry, Novus. Why? Yes, Novus any percent. Because Marshall's speedrun for that is 27 minutes and 15 seconds. And Vacant's is 33 minutes and 1 second.
And Vacant knows the map completely.
Well, I mean, I think everyone knows the map completely. Vacant's put it up.
Right. But by that, I mean, he designed it, so he's got it memorized at a level that
Oh,
it's
yeah.
second nature.
I should note, Murph Mario does lag Marshall in Novus 100%, though I don't know if Murph Mario's put up any other runs. Of course, Marshall does run the Metroid Planets speedrun page.
Right.
So, like, that's not to cast doubt on the validity. That's just because...
No, absolutely not. But it means that's how serious he is about taking a bet. Oh, and Marshall's on Spore Spawn.
Oh, it's going to be a fight.
This looks like a really nasty room for a fight. Looks like there's no safe spots.
Oh, I think Marshall's got this. Because
Yeah.
no one else...
Oh. Yeah, it's over at this point. In
Oh,
all
wait.
but name.
MST's in Kraid. MST is in Kraid. MST, of course, has a cheat code in the game named after them.
Yes, the pink bubbles one, I believe.
Yes. Well, it's not. They're
Yeah,
not all
they're
pink,
really-
but MST is at 34 minutes and is fighting Kraid.
Okay. but we don't know
Marshall
if
is
they've
at
got
30 minutes and is near Kraid.
I wonder if Murph has managed to fix his lag issue.
That's one of my rooms that Marshall is in right now. I'm surprised he's even going in. I doubted that he would think it was worth it. But he's going for that E-tank.
Well, he doesn't know what's back there. For all he knows, it might be
And-
something completely required.
Everyone else does not know the specific set of steps that are necessary to proceed. Lucina, to their credit, didn't go into Torian, but has cleared wrecked ship and does not have the bombs.
Ah, so Lucina is back in
Sorry,
race.
Lucina does have bomb, but they just don't know what to do. And MST has beaten Kraid and is about to beat the game. They're in Torian. I'm sorry you can't see this, but their stream's pretty cool. And they're fighting
Oh.
Mother Brain. Wait, it seems like they might be fighting Mother Brain for the second time. I don't know. Probably not, since
And Marshall's
their
now
timer
at
would be
Kraid.
different. Yeah. Now remember, this speedrun race is decided based on in-game time, and that's been a big
Correct.
factor in all the players' strategies. So Marshall and MST, I would say, are neck and neck, even though one of them is literally before the other.
Right, because the timer count matters most for this.
Yeah. Mainly because one of them is literally before the other.
That's literally why that exists in the first place for these runs, is to make it more fair based on exact timing. It's really hard to time for more players to start their games at exactly the same instant.
Mm-hmm. And MST has cleared out all the Zebatites in the Mother Brain room, and it's the Vacant's vertical spire Mother Brain room, which does contain 2 Metroids. So I think that Ice Beam will actually be a big necessity for this run.
Yeah,
Thankfully,
unless
it
you're
seems like
really
all the players
willing
have it.
to-
MST is now on the escape, and Marshall is in Torian. Marshall at 3250, MST at 3740.
Based on that, I think Marshall might have a slight lead yet, but it's really too early to be sure.
I don't know. It's going to be pretty neck and neck.
I think Marshall is familiar with this room.
The escape room has a lot of my rooms that are remakes of Super Metroid. And Marshall giving Mother Brain a good fight.
Definitely putting in a good amount of effort on that. He's actually pretty comfortable with how he's maneuvering through the room, so I'm pretty sure he's seen this one before.
Oh yeah, I
course.
mean these are the first Mother Brain rooms that were released. They were released with the update that
Right.
brought Mother Brain in. And that's
Yeah.
one of the game. MST has beaten the game in about 39 minutes.
Okay.
And
Marshall's
I
sitting
think
at
that gives it
almost
to Marshall
35.
unless... Yeah, it's 3907. Now, if Marshall beats this... Yeah, I think Marshall's taking it. Because the escape can't take more than 3 minutes. Because of the timer.
Right.
Or I
Unless
guess it
he
can,
dies
but it
there.
won't. Unless Marshall dies in the escape, he wins. 68% is, of course, a very high
Oh, that was a
number for an
tight
Enigma
squeeze there.
race.
Uh-oh, he's in
Does he
trouble.
not have ice? Oh, this is going to be difficult. He does have ice. Why doesn't he use ice?
He was trying to speed through it looked like.
Yeah, this room is... Oh, no, don't go in the bottom. Oh, he hasn't seen that room. It's from Super Metroid. The reason it's in is because it's from Super Metroid. It's not great design.
No, I understand exactly what it is. I know which room it was as soon as I saw it. It's one of the rooms that will trap you most in that until you actually know about it. Oh, well, he managed to get through it.
Oh, dang.
He probably knew it was there then.
That's power right there. That's what that is.
Didn't let that phase him one bit. Well, he's completed.
And that is? What's the timer saying?
Well, we'll note 36-12.
36-12. Folks, that's the game.
Marshall gets first place. MST is in second.
Unless something else happens completely unforeseen.
That is... Looking at the clock, some of these people are well above 40 minutes. So I'm going to say, based on what I am currently seeing, we have our first two finishers there. And there's good odds that Murph might come in for third place. And that'll leave us with the question of whether it's going to be Reigning Elementalist or Sawa that gets the next completion, or maybe someone else from the other group. So what we're seeing here, Murph is going for another missile tank.
All right, Marshall's coming in for an interview.
All right, great. This should be fun. Looks like Vacant is currently adjusting who's showing up on the stream to put in one more of our players.
Huh. I mean, it's strange to me that Lucina's on the start screen. But
maybe
Lucina
they hadn't started their race yet.
Is also playing.
Well, we'll know in a minute.
Hello, Marshall.
Marshall, how are you feeling about your victory?
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. That world was really disgustingly linear.
Yeah, and it was a challenge. To what do you attribute your victory?
I guess considering like the other people in the voice chat, they didn't really know where Kraid and like Swarspawn were, and which was really terrible was that they were in the same spot basically.
Not only were they in the same spot, they were at the bottom of a room by Vacant Shade that has not been released to the general public.
Oh, well, maybe that would have been too obvious.
I mean, I'm sorry. Have you seen that room before?
No, I have not. But
But you were able to find the secret hidden spot that Murph is going through right now.
yeah, because like the floor is like more pink
Yeah,
and stuff.
much more pink.
Um. Also, I think high jump or something was required to get into Brinstar. Maybe, I'm not sure.
High jump?
I don't know
I
because I
didn't
did the
notice that,
damage
but you're a
boost.
better. I mean, you played it.
I did a damage boost to get into Brinstar from Norfair.
Now, MST actually completed the game before you, but in-game time, you won. I don't know. Just thought you might like to know that.
How
Oh,
are you feeling about the bomb location?
No, it's
um,
based on in-game time.
I don't like the bomb location.
You did a good job. Why was the bomb? Why were bombs so difficult for you to find?
Um, well, for one, they were behind Wave, and Wave was in Criteria, I think,
Oh,
like
I
really
didn't
deep into
realize they were
Criteria.
behind Wave.
Yeah, so when I went to Brinstar the first time, I didn't find anything. Um, and then I went, checked out the rest of Norfair, checked out
Oh, Wave was in Red Ship.
Criteria. Oh, it was in Wreck Ship.
I was
Okay. Well,
talking about how I didn't think anyone was gonna go there, but yeah, wow.
yeah. So yeah, Wave Beam was required. So that's
I have
pretty
to
awesome.
say, that was a really good race on your part and on MST's part. You guys put in a really good fight for the finish there.
I'll have to
You did win. It's
rewatch
based on
the
in-game
stream.
time, and players have been strategizing based on that.
Also, just while I'm here, Jack, I really appreciate the secret that you put in the Turian escape room.
That's from the that's from Super Metroid. The
I know,
secret I believe was in the original, but yeah,
but you
was
did change
astounded.
it to missile blocks.
I was astounded that you were able to get through there.
I
What
was
was it
like, come on,
originally?
I was like, there has to be a secret here. I've never seen this room before, but I really hope there's a secret. And you
You
pulled
hadn't
through.
seen it before.
I haven't,
How?
but I
What
was
was it
really
in the
hoping because
original? Do you know?
what?
What were those blocks in the original?
Other speed booster, you do a shine spark to go up there.
Right, yeah. We don't have speed booster.
Well,
And so
usually,
using missiles would have made the most sense.
usually like bombs and speed booster blocks are interchangeable, at least in Super Metroid hacks.
I am amazed at the way that you got through that room.
I would have, if they were bomb blocks, I probably would have taken like 5 minutes, 10 minutes longer.
Yeah, but you still would have won. And Murph Mario is now fighting Mother Brain at 46 minutes.
Doing a little bit of grinding too.
Yeah, a lot of people really took a long time to find
Dakota guy, welcome to
that
We
bomb
Farm Your
location.
Metroid levels.
Yeah, because especially me, I try to avoid Wreck Ship as much as I can,
Good,
and
good
Criteria.
call.
Ridley is always like a very easy option because people don't like putting like kind of, I guess, secrets in Ridley too much for some reason.
I put secrets in Ridley. I mean, he's Ridley. He's got his traps.
Well, like not secrets, but like the pathing doesn't require much.
Yeah.
Like besides like on the way to major items, because I know Catalyst has some rooms that are like that.
Typically
Not really on
speaking,
the way to
though,
Ridley.
by the time you're in Ridley, you would have most of your power-ups already.
I
Murph
was
is making a run for
quite
it.
surprised that you went into Torian before you were ready.
There could have been a major item in there. I don't know.
I mean, there was Varia suit.
Oh yeah, there was that, which was disappointing. Could have been
And
bombs or something.
Lucina is now fighting Mother Brain.
Yep, and Murph is demonstrating that he absolutely knows the art of potatoes really, really well. He is mashing hard with that wave beam.
Oh, hi, Vacant. So, I assume that you know why it took people such a a longer time than usual to complete this race.
Yeah.
Can you explain in your own words why?
Well, I think the fact that it required bombs to find spore spawn, and bombs required wave beam, and then wave beam was in wreck ship. I don't think people usually go to wreck ship early if they can avoid it. So I think
I
that
feel like the
contributed
exact
to
same
it.
thing.
Yeah,
Would you say
and
that you're happy with the reception of this so far?
Yeah. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out.
I gotta say, putting a secret that's required to get to 2 of the bosses, in a pink Brinstar room that you haven't released yet, I don't think, it's devious and it's sneaky.
And very effective.
Yeah.
Most effective. So Murph has completed. He will definitely be our third place player at 48.19. Lucina's a bit behind there. Sorry for the interruption. Go ahead, Vacant.
No, I'm glad that it seemed to make the race a little bit more interesting without it being too difficult. So that's
Yeah.
good.
I assume that you're going to do this again next month then?
There will be races next month, if at all possible.
I don't think Vacant's gonna tell us the secrets.
Of course not. That removes all the fun. It's not
All right.
unlike puns. Puns are in the eye of the beholder.
All right.
Well, I'll go ahead and get out of here, see if the next person wants to be interviewed.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
And congratulations on a great run.
Thank you. See y'all next race. Hopefully. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Marshall, I'm coming for your record. Doesn't even dignify it with a response. I cannot beat Marshall. I cannot. Oh, and
After
Lucina
watching
actually
that-
beat Murph.
Wait, did she?
Lucina, I believe, is a he.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Did Lucina do so?
Yeah. 46-43 to 48-19.
Oh, Lucina's in third place. I'm actually surprised. Well, then that should speak volumes about how much of a challenge this particular level layout was. And Sawa finally did
I've
find Spore
Pinged
Spawn.
MST to ask if he will come and join for the interview. I don't think he's going to join us.
Well, it's worth a try in any case. And there's Lucina, but I don't see the time. While Vacant is making adjustments to the stream layout.
Lucina got 90% items. Oh, that's gotta be painful.
90%. If she still, or he still managed to get third place at with that kind of collection rate, that speaks volumes about how much trouble people were having actually finding some of the secrets.
Oh. I don't know if Lucina can get into the commentary.
Maybe not on their own. You might be able to bring them in, but we might be better off just seeing if Vacant can help get that set up for us.
I think they should be able to come in.
Vacant, if you're listening to this, next month you really should sit down and do a versus race as well.
Hello, Lucina.
Hi.
Hi.
Long time no talk.
So let's get right into it. I don't want to be blunt. Oh, hello, Murph Mario, both of you. So, folks, I am not gonna be. I don't mean to be blunt. It's absolutely not your fault, but 45 minutes is a bit higher than most Enigma races, and I don't think that this was your fault. What?
No, it absolutely wasn't.
Yeah, I think
It
let's
is the
talk about
fault of the world.
this map. What have you got to tell us?
It was really good until the search for Spospo and Kraid came into play. After that, it's like, are you serious?
Yeah, you have to like go all the way to the other side of the map just to fight those two.
Yeah, you.
I was already in the midst of searching them, and then I noticed like, okay, maybe I should start bombing the tiles or doing something with them in the pink star, purple star room, because some of them started looking a little suspicious on on I think it was the third or fourth visit. I'm not sure which one it was. And then I started bombing. I got to where the giant hopper was, and I noticed. Wait a second. The ground seems a little bit more colorful there.
You know
So I
what's
bombed.
really interesting to me? At the very beginning of the race, when Marshall walked through that room, he left a little marker there, and he was the only player to do that. I think that may
Oh,
have been the decisive factor in the race, how you deal with finding the secret that was necessary to complete the game, but that was
Yeah,
not in a publicly released room.
that room was never publicly released. Are you serious?
No, I don't believe it was.
I can see why.
I mean,
Uh,
it's a secret.
okay, yeah,
Well,
I'll give Vacant that, but oh my god, the moments that I saw the tiles start to crumble away after the first bomb, I got so incredibly angry. It's like I was walking right over Spospo and the elevator leading down into Kraid this
mhm.
entire time.
I mean, it's probably it's not that bad that Sports Spawn and Kraid were in the same place. Because
Yeah,
both of them are
yeah,
required to beat the game, but ugh,
yeah, yeah.
it
But
hurts, doesn't it?
the hard part was just finding out where the heck they were. Like
Yeah.
once you find Spospo, then you go into the next room. It's like, okay, thank God I do not have to search much longer.
Hmm.
I took a mental note of that room as well, but the completely wrong part of it was like the one tunnel
Oh
that leads
yeah.
into a long tunnel that leads all the way to a single missile tank.
Oh,
Oh,
doesn't it make you grind your teeth, folks?
Yeah.
yes,
So
it
I
does.
So
guess the question that I
anyway,
have to ask at this point would be, so after experiencing this one, would you like more races to be like this with rather sudden surprises at the last minute that you've never seen before?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay,
I
then I'll take that as
sure
a
would.
yes, Vacant. You need to do that.
It's so much fun for us to watch.
Only
So
only if Wave Beam is on the same side of the map as the boss
Yeah,
anyway,
fight.
it's
Lucina,
fun for you to watch, but not fun for you to actually experience.
Lucina, you managed to get 90% of the items in 46 minutes, and Murph, you managed to get 75% in 48 minutes. No doubt avoiding some items that you didn't even think were worthwhile.
I just didn't know where Ice Beam was, so I just didn't get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't even care for Varia after a certain point. It's like, okay, uh, just something to have an extra layer. I've already got several energy tanks. I should be fine. I just need ice.
Both
So,
of
Murph,
you have had great runs. What do you think your strong what do you think was the best thing you did? Your biggest strength?
Honestly, I'm not really sure this time around.
I don't know. I made several mistakes, did several dumb sequence breaks that led to nothing. So maybe sequence breaking to get to wrecked ship was a good move.
Sounds like
Yeah, like
because wrecked ship was necessary.
yeah, going through the wrecked ship. Initially, I thought, okay, this is pretty small. Is there any more to it? And then I figured, okay, yeah, no, there's probably nothing else to it.
By the way, Sawa is about to beat the
Yep.
game at 56 minutes.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And
So-
Raining Elementalist is still in Criteria at 58 minutes.
So, Murph, based on your earlier statements, I guess it's safe to say that it was that you couldn't find Ice Beam. It's not that you wanted to give Ice Beam the cold shoulder, right?
Yeah, I couldn't
God,
find.
okay,
yeah,
the puns are back.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I couldn't find Ice Beam.
And looks like Reigning Elementalist is trying to find secrets in very unusual locations, but nothing there.
Oh,
MST, we see you in the stream chat writing, "This was a great work." What do you other players have to say to that?
I want to say
Wrong.
something, but I'm pretty sure it will be censored, so I'm not going to say.
I mean, we don't have a censor, but please don't, like...
I won't.
There was a race a while ago where I, won both the Sabbath and Novus races, and I was very, sick. I had a terrible fever, and I just started rambling like a lunatic. And I'd just like to apologize to anyone who was there, because it was disturbing.
I mean, isn't that normally you too?
No, I had a fever.
Yes, but the rambling is pretty normal, right?
I mean...
But I guess we can
when
accept
we
your
gotta
apology.
fill space with commentary,
Well, yes,
rambling is very normal.
but I do understand that you would want to apologize just in case you gave someone else whatever gave you that fever, so...
I'm gonna give it to you, Firehawk. I'm gonna cough into the mic.
Oh, so you want to put me in a coffin now, do you?
Oh God.
Ah. Sawa.
That's
How
Sawa,
are you?
congratulations on your run. How you feeling?
Hold on 1 second.
Huh?
I got a 6-year-old.
It's
Oh,
alright.
gotcha.
You don't need to talk to us if you don't want to.
It's amazing you did as well with, in light of having a 6-year-old there.
Yeah. I think, and again, I don't think this is, regarding the players, but I think it's super interesting that we've got all these really talented speedrunners here. And the skew of finishing times is so wide. We've got Marshall pulling in with 36 minutes and 12 seconds, and then Murph Mario, who won both races yesterday, coming in a full 12 minutes later.
Well, I mean, it really shouldn't be that much of a surprise. One of the things I said earlier is that this race was going to hinge considerably on who got lucky in finding what they needed first.
Mm-hmm.
And it really did play out that way. The ones who got lucky and managed to find it first clearly did really well in their race times, and deaths did not play nearly as much of a factor this time as it would with Novus or Zebus, where they are extremely well known to the players already.
Oh, poor Reigning Elementalist, just running around, desperately trying to find something.
All right.
God. Oh
I'm sorry,
God! Wait until he actually finds where Spospo and Kraid are.
I would love to just hear him talking while he's playing. I don't know whether that's allowed. I mean, it's
So-
allowed, but Sounds
How
bad.
many other players do we have outside of Raining?
Can I talk?
I think.
Hey, Sawa, what's up?
All right, so I hate
And we
this.
had 7.
I hate this
We had,
map
I
so
believe,
hard.
8 players.
Hey, you hate
Anyway,
it?
Sawa.
Yeah, so like I went into criteria without morph, and I wasted 12 minutes to get to morph. Like literally everything I got that you could possibly get without getting morph, and then I got morph at the end.
Well, don't feel too bad about that. That happens even in Zebus and Novus runs on occasion, where the one item you need is just never where you're looking for it.
I think this was a great world. I would probably not be saying that if I had been in the race, but I think it was a great world.
Yeah, you would not be saying that if you had actually participated in this race. You would not.
I
The
think
very
I
first-
think I might have been one of the few people who like got the bomb thing early, because I think I'm good at that, and I do like to try to go to wreck ship because I don't think anyone else likes to go to wreck ship.
No, I
Yeah, Rex
try and
Ship
go
is
to
always
wreck.
a vision trope.
Yeah, I try and go to wreck ship as well whenever I can, at least for a first time visit, and then after that it's like okay, whatever. Yeah.
The
I
very
don't
first
know.
time I went into Brinstar and like I identified that there was that floor looked suspicious. If only I had like bombs to blow it up.
Right. Okay, so people got that that hint. It was
Like
just
I saw it.
the problem was just getting bombs, going to wreck ship and then getting bombed.
Or if you're like me, you don't even notice it until you're actively searching for it.
Yeah.
I
So,
think
Jeff,
I know. I think
And
I
I was
noticed
looking
it.
for
I
Ryan.
saw it before, and then I determined it was just weird design choice. Nothing.
I think when I first went through the room, I was kind of focused on staying alive and not really taking in my surroundings because I think I was low on energy when I was going through that room, or at least I was starting to get low on health, so I wasn't exactly focused on trying or just observe anything in the room until
So-
later.
Firehawk, what were you saying?
and I just forgot what I was going to say, but give me a minute and I'll try to remember it. So continue talking.
I can. Was it
Oh.
a
That
pun?
always sucks.
Was it
Okay,
a pun?
so I think I have a pretty good idea why nobody ever seems to really want to check out the wrecked ship in this case. And
'Cause
that
there's
comes
no
down
plot.
to the lack of male characters in the game. If there's no male characters, there's not going to be any shipping.
Oh,
I
my
mean-
god.
There
Oh god,
There
that one
could
was
be.
such a wreck.
there easily could be. All
Firehawk,
right.
Firehawk, that one was just a wreck. I'm so
I
sorry.
ship Samus and Mother Brain. I think they would make a great romantic.
Oh, they'd be
Couple.
definitely be a power couple for sure.
Yeah.
Oh god.
That said, oh, the stream is about to end. For MST. at
Catalyst
least.
has just completed the game at upwards of 1 full hour, which
Does
is not surprising given the map, but somewhat surprising because Catalyst, of course, is a great player and himself makes devious secrets in his room. Oh, Murph Mario wants to know where Ice Beam is. Ice Beam
wait.
is in the top right of Criteria.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah, it's the hive room.
Oh, is it the one hive room? I actually went there, but I didn't have more, so I just put it down and then I guess I just was like, who cares?
I mean, I would care because Torian, Metroid.
I think it's At this point, it's just raining elementalists desperately searching
Trying.
for everyone has left. You know that Twilight Zone episode where that man is just alone in that town, and then they he's just searching around and there's no one there, and then at the end of the episode, it's just they discover that the reason was they were testing out how he responds to isolation for a long-term voyage to the moon where it would just be him.
Oh man.
And that was a big twist. All right, Raining Elementalist is in Pink Star Hub.
Frozen Lake has just finished.
Bombing
1 hour.
every single tile.
1 hour, 4 minutes, and 7 seconds for Frozen Lake. Had 90% items. Oh boy.
90%. That's a lot of 98% map exploration.
Well, that would explain
Frozen Lake
the.
explored
I had
98% of the map.
Oh,
That would
boy.
explain the hour. That would
I thought
explain
I
why it,
would
you know,
walk
why it
back.
was
Hi,
an
Frozen
hour
Lake.
time.
It's a crowded call.
Yes, it
I mean,
is.
you and I had 97.
So Frozen Lake, why do you think you wound up with 98% map exploration?
I couldn't find the one secret path I needed to take, and I
Yeah.
found pretty much every other path instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that applies to me
yeah.
as well.
I think perhaps the reason why it took you 1 hour and 4 minutes was the 98% map exploration.
I mean, even then, looking at my stats, I'm actually taking a look at those now. I had 95% on map exploration, so I guess I was just a lot faster.
I wonder what map
Well, it's
exploration.
because you were able to like.
I wonder what map exploration Marshall had.
I don't think it was that high.
Probably.
No,
Because
it could not have
Marshall,
been high
when
if
he
he
went
if
straight through the Pink Star room, I mean he left a little marker there, but he wasn't the only one who did that. So I feel like we're sort of just retreading stuff at this point.
Pretty much.
gonna
We're
hop
just
out of
waiting
the
to
call.
see how raining handles.
All right, I'm probably gonna
Lucina,
hop off.
Murph
Yes.
Mario, Sawa, Frozen Lake, thank you so much for joining us.
No problem.
Great run.
You all
We'll
stay safe
definitely
and
look-
healthy.
Yep,
Um,
we will definitely look forward to seeing you next month.
Yes.
Okay.
Hopefully,
will
hopefully
look
with
up
a
the
better
queue.
map.
Oh yes, please.
Hopefully.
Also,
Well,
for some
maybe I
reason,
Better
I-
map in
People for
terms
you
of
guys.
specifically having a worse secret.
I half expect Vacant to just sneakily sneak in new upgrades in an update, but not allow them to be publicly accessible, and then just toss them in the next race.
I mean, do you all remember how we got 7 areas at first?
I
Oh
don't.
yeah, I think that was because of a glitch or something.
It was Vacant released a bug fix.
Oh
And-
yeah, right.
And
That
was
one,
just
yeah,
like,
and it
just
had
one
some
small
area.
bug fix, and then it had 7 areas in it. And then I messaged him like, "Oh, this is the funniest joke. You're so funny. Oh, what a good one. What a legend." And Vacant was like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
Was that when you got wrecked ship, I think?
That was when we got wrecked ship, Brinstar.
Ah, okay. I can't wait to be able to just load custom areas.
This is such a great game.
Imagine a race map with 16 areas.
Ooh. I will slap you if you talk that
I'm
kind of even
imagining,
nonsense
but
again.
I got a better idea. How about a race map that's nothing but Turian?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
With a boss rush.
I am.
Yeah,
I
just a
am-
boss
All your
rush, of
items,
course.
Metroids, everything in one area.
All right.
Yeah, and
Well,
it's just see
we are-
who kills them all fastest.
we are going on completely wild tangents. I think it might be time to shut it down.
All right.
Yeah, pretty
I'm gonna
much.
hop off the call. See.
I think Elementalist is still racing.
Still trying.
Um,
Hopefully they'll find their answer soon, but it looks like it might be a while yet.
Murph, Mario,
Hi.
Sawa, it's been good talking to you. I think maybe we should focus on interviewing Frozen Lake and Catalyst.
All right.
Frozen
Audio?
Lake,
Yeah,
tell me about your race.
I hate this map.
Catalyst, tell me about your race.
It was good. That last hidden passageway we had to find was kind of annoying, but in hindsight, it does look significantly different from the rest of that room. So it was
Not
just,
really.
just an oversight.
Frozen Lake, what was... And Catalyst, I'm going to ask you this, so... what was one of the best things you think you did this run? What was your biggest strength?
I had one? I don't think I did. I think I was
Catalyst.
just flopping like a fish.
Catalyst, did you have a thing you did pretty well, or were you flopping up like a fish?
I don't know that I did especially well anywhere, but I did, like the first part of the race felt like things were going pretty smoothly. Like I remember going through, Norfair, hitting a couple of spots where you obviously needed high jump. And then I went on down to Criteria, and that led into Wreck Ship. I remember running through Wreck Ship, felt pretty fun because I could access everything and picked up some useful items there. So, I don't know, I just felt like it was a pretty smooth run and a lot of fun until we got to Brinstar and got hung up on that passage. But overall, it was pretty good.
Do either of you have any parting words?
It was a good run. It was a good run. It was fun. I always enjoy the Enigma races because everybody's kind of on an even footing, in terms of nobody knows the map going into it, and so it's always a lot of fun.
And Reigning Elementalist is going through the Mother Brain room. So that's good to see. They've still got some Zebatites to get.
But this means they're at least at the end of the run one way or the other.
Yes.
Looks like no ice beam. That's going to make it a bit more difficult, but not impossible. Uh-oh. That's not good.
No.
I'm gonna head out.
All right.
All right.
See
Great
ya.
having you here.
Thank you for having me.
Yep, this is just about over. Attacking from the other side compared to everyone else who did this fight.
I think they didn't want the Metroid to come after them.
Right. I mean, it makes sense. They don't have Ice Beam, and they do have Screw Attack, but it's still going to be much more of a pain to deal with the Metroid every time you want to shoot while fighting Mother Brain there. Ice Beam would definitely have helped there. And they are at the escape sequence at
Great.
almost 1:15.
Ah, I did not think we would get this far.
So at this point, we could say everyone did eventually figure out the little trick to this one.
Yes, but some took a little bit longer than others. Unfortunately.
Considering how deviant this design was, I can't say I really blame them. This one was really not obvious.
Yeah. But I mean, that's sort of the whole point of Enigma, you know?
True.
It's,
And now raining is
It's a
in the room
discovery.
that can make all the difference in the world. Looks like they're taking the slightly slower but safer route.
the
They
the,
don't
the
have
one
a
that
trouble.
normal people take.
Correct.
The one that people who are not like mutant superpowered speedrunners.
Getting out of there is going to be a little bit more of a challenge, but
The only one that I knew was possible. Let me say it that way.
good boost jump there.
Unmorph jump is a handy technique. You know, and it's one that anyone can learn. It's not as difficult as IBJ. It's really just
Right.
pressing up during a jump. It's
And not tapping to the either side. It's actually a bug in the original Metroid code. And it is actually almost essential to get one of the items in a hideout too. So we have our complete time of 1:16:33.
all right.
The race is over. Guess we should bring them in for the interview now.
All right, let's bring them in, and then when they come in, let's just both say hello and leave.